Though Vikings is filled with violence and displays of the brutality of life during the Viking Age, Ragnar and Lagertha prove there is time for romance as well. The two characters arguably share the title of the main character of Vikings, and their relationship, whether married or divorced, is a huge part of the series. Just as Vikings tells an epic historical adventure, the relationship between Ragnar and Lagertha is a sweeping story that spans 4 seasons of the show and takes on many forms. It was interesting to see a couple like Ragnar and Lagertha, who existed in such a strange and ancient period yet still had many relatable aspects to their relationship which resonated with modern audiences. They begin as a loving couple and family, only for mistakes and poor decisions to break them apart. They play many different roles in each other's lives, from spouse and lover to enemy to fellow warrior. Their feelings towards one another are always strong whether they're on good terms or bad, and the relationship timeline of Ragnar and Lagertha throughout Vikings is unpredictable and surprising. Vikings Season 1. Farmers and Warriors in Love. Vikings Lagertha standing close to Ragnar. Ragnar and Lagertha were only actually seen together for 1 season, which may be difficult for fans to believe, as their relationship and romance had such an impact on Vikings. It is clear that Ragnar and Lagertha's relationship has been stable and loving for years prior to the first season. They are comfortably living on their own farm in the Viking village of Kattegat. They have 2 children whose ages are not given, but who are around 10 to 14 most likely, and they reference both their history and their plans for the future. When viewers are first introduced to Ragnar and Lagertha, the pair challenge each other, are passionate about each other, and care for each other deeply. It's easy to connect to this relationship and romanticize it. However, Ragnar cheats on Lagertha with a slog at the end of the season, in a devastating moment that has ripples throughout their relationship as well as the series. Still, Ragnar and Lagertha's relationship seems salvageable despite the infidelity, and the assumption is that they will remain together. Vikings Season 2. The Divorce and Erlingstad. Lagertha leaves with Bjorn. Vikings Season 2 starts with Ragnar and Lagertha still married, and dealing with the fallout of Ragnar's infidelity. However, it does seem as though this will not have too much of a long-term impact after Lagertha forgives him with the caveat that he never sees a slog again. However, when a slog shows up in Kattegat, heavily pregnant with Ragnar's child, it puts further strain on their relationship. They both know that Ragnar needs more sons, and it seems that Lagertha is incapable of becoming pregnant again. Although Ragnar asks her to stay, and suggests that they both be his wives, Lagertha refuses, and leaves. This divorce is painful to see, and in the scenes where Lagertha leaves, Ragnar is clearly heartbroken. He isn't specifically choosing a slog over Lagertha here, either. He is choosing sons, and the continuation of his line, something that is incredibly important to him as a Viking.